Welcome back to Winging It Buffalo Style. The month of May is already halfway over. That means prom season is in full swing here in Western New York. But with prom, for some kids comes rowdy parties, crowded cars, and celebrations, with teens sometimes giving little to no thought to safety. That's why we have Sergeant Dan Dichkowski here from the Erie County Sheriff's Office. This is a big concern for you and your fellow officers this time of year, safety for teenagers.
Absolutely. It's for all law enforcement. And it should be for parents. Parents should be absolutely involved in where their children are going on prom night. If they're going to after prom parties, where they're going, parents should know where they're going. Are there going to be adults there? There should be no, they shouldn't give their kids permission to go to parties at hotels or third-party venues. They should be at a home where an adult is going to be there.
And we were talking before about the ways that high schoolers communicate now is all through social media, through their cell phones, the digital communication. And these things can make it easier for them to meet up with each other and make these types of plans, but it can also make it easier for parents to keep track of their kids.
Oh, absolutely. Most parents own the phones that their children are using. They can employ an application, just download an app that will allow them to follow where their kid is through GPS.
And you absolutely encourage people
I
to
absolutely
do that.
encourage that. To use President Reagan's line of trust but verify. So I think that I think parents should use everything at their fingertips to make sure that their children are safe.
What else from a law enforcer's perspective other kind of advice can you give parents for planning out this big night?
Well, you know, we all went through that period of time in our life. We all went to the prom. We all had a good time. But one thing parents have got to know is that people's brains do not mature until they're about 25, 26. So that's why there's a lot more high-risk behavior in the younger years before 25, 26. And usually after 25, 26, that high-risk behavior decreases because they're starting to make better judgments, because they're capable of doing that. Until they get there, parents need to parent. They need to parent, they need to set boundaries, and they need to make sure their kids stick to those boundaries. Also, making sure the kids, again, not drinking alcohol, drugs, all that, we all know that. But 70% of the kids that are out there that die in crashes die because they don't have their seatbelts on. So again, encouraging the kids to wear their seatbelts, knowing where they are, making sure that, and they've got to talk to their kids ahead of time.
And another thing that we're hearing about this week is a new county law that would make the sanctions stricter against people of age who are serving alcohol to underage drinkers.
That's right. It hasn't been signed by the county executive yet, as far as I know, but it would give us one more something in the arsenal to hold adults accountable. Right now we could use child endangerment, but now this is a specific law pertaining to alcohol.
And how did this come about? Are you seeing a rise in those types of parties?
I don't think there's a rise in them. I think they've always been there. They were there when I was a kid. I just think society is getting more savvy. I think we're understanding that there are problems out there. Alcohol is the #1 gateway drug to more dangerous drugs. It's not marijuana, it is alcohol. So we know we have a problem with alcohol. Kids are going right from alcohol to painkillers, to heroin, and that's a problem.
So there's a lot to watch out for. You have your hands full this time of year, don't you?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for taking the time to come in and talk about prom safety today. Sergeant Dan Dichkowski from the Erie County Sheriff's Office. We appreciate the advice.
Thank you.
All right.